It's a really fun sort of moment to get out of bed and realize you love what you do. I'm creating little beautiful landscapes and works of art with each dish. I'm trying to share what I love most in this world, and that's cooking. What I'm trying to do when I create dishes is really I start with a flavor profile and I think about what I would want to eat. And then it sort of grows and becomes something way beyond just about myself. Whatever that fundamental thing that springboards the rest of the ideas, I start with that and I just start writing and drawing. I love certain pens, I love the way that the gel hits the paper, kind of the way that the drawings start forming, just start to evolve the dish. That idea then connects me to a new idea, and it may be completely different from where I started, but it's this whole beautiful sort of circular, messy, delicious, complicated process. It's fun. It's not just on paper, you know, it's getting in the kitchen and touching and smelling and tasting constantly. I want it to be whimsical, I want it to be beautiful, I want it to, most importantly, taste amazing. I emphasize flavor and nuance of flavor and layering of flavors far more than anything else, but it is about the plate hitting the table and that response you get. You know, a lot of times chefs really present a dish and it's about themselves and sort of their ego as a chef. And what I try to do is explore more the conversation that you can have through food. Definitely inspired by nostalgia for sure. I want to tell a story. I want it to be somewhat familiar, but not obvious, you know. It doesn't need to be so black and white. A warm cake and the smell that kind of emits from it, or the perfumes that come from using fresh herbs, or whatever it is, it triggers some sort of memory, and then that can just like be electric and just let your imagination run wild. I sort of love to exist in this kind of middle ground of highbrow and lowbrow. I love going to the store and buying sort of really bizarre ingredients and finding a way to use them. Strawberry milk powder made its way onto a beautiful strawberry dish that I did this summer. The strawberries were local. Everything was local in the dish, and yet I peppered in this sort of very lowbrow ingredient to kind of bring it back to childhood. You could go eat my food every single day. It's accessible, but it's not without intensity. I want you to be able to come in and maybe experience some new flavor profiles, new ways of looking at food, new ways of looking at sort of dessert, without it being completely unattainable. You know, I don't want you to scratch your head and say, what am I eating? I want you to scratch your head and say, oh my God, this is amazing. I never thought about putting rhubarb and sweet pea and strawberry together. Everything that we do is surrounded by food and family, so there's something really beautiful about breaking bread and sharing this meal and eating family style. It really is a beautiful story, and I try to capture that experience one plate at a time. From the moment you walk in the door, if you're at someone's home or you're in a restaurant, the music's gotta be right, and the lighting and the company, everything should be perfect. The food should start in a really profound, perfect way, and then create this beautiful sort of symphony and end with the same intensity.
That looks amazing!
That's sort of what I try to do with every dish that I create.
Seriously, it's all delicious. Amazing.
I'm really fortunate and grateful to do what I do. It makes me, you know, excited. Like, it just fuels more energy and more creativity. The more people are receptive and the more they love it, the more explosive I am with what I want to do.